Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Deadly shooting. One person is dead and another seriously hurt after a drive-by shooting in Durham. As you look live at the scene where police are investigating what we've confirmed and what police are still trying to piece together. Plus, grief, love, and support. How the community is responding after a Raleigh teacher is murdered over the weekend. The latest in this case ahead of the suspect's first court appearance today.
And today we're looking at much different weather as we get through the next several days. The big warm-up is in our forecast. We'll talk about it.
Before that warm-up, it is a cold start. Good morning, everyone. It is 4:30. Glad to have you with us as we get you caught up on all you need to know here on this Monday. Look who's back. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Elizabeth, Happy New Year. I haven't seen you since.
I know. Happy New Year to you, too. I hope everybody had a good holiday. And, we're starting here on Monday with chilly temperatures. Looking at 34 degrees. We're taking a live look at Pinehurst right now. Winds are calm, so you don't have to worry too much about wind chill. But let's take a look at these temperatures. It's 27 in Roxborough, 28 in South Hill, 31 in Goldsboro, 32 in Southern Pines. Plenty of places where you might have some patchy frost on your windshield this morning. Maybe you haven't had to scrape it lately. Maybe you've been off a bit, and of course it was just the weekend. But a quick scrape, maybe 1 to 2 minutes for some folks, especially in rural areas. So what to wear this morning? Temperatures are chilly, upper 20s to low and mid 30s. So definitely going to be, a thick jacket, a coat, maybe some hats and gloves and sunglasses. We have sunshine in our forecast this afternoon. Highs climb up into the mid 50s, which is fairly close to normal for this time of year. But we have a huge warm up in our forecast. I'll show you when temperatures approach 70s and why coming up.
Elizabeth, thank you. A man is dead and a woman is seriously hurt after a shooting on Hillsborough Road in Durham. Police have been on the scene for more than 7 hours. Ali Calabar is there in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Ali, we know these shots were fired from a moving car into another car.
And Renee, Durham police say that other car was a Chevy Malibu, and we can see a Chevy Malibu is in that Wendy's parking lot. Looks like it is in the bushes. We've seen forensics investigate that car for the past hour and a half now, sorting through it. I do want to set the scene for you guys just a little bit. We can see that shattered glass all over Hillsborough Road right here. Now we take you to this video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. You can see forensics tagging at least 8 evidence markers on Hillsborough Road. We saw police tape blocking the road. We also see that Durham Mobile Command Unit is out here. Durham police say a driver pulled up to the passenger side of another car. A person started shooting at that car. The driver, who was being shot at, then lost control. Police say it came to a stop in the parking lot of a business, and we saw that car in the bushes at the entrance of Wendy's. Now, a man is in the car, died at the hospital. The woman was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Right now, we're working to find out if anybody has been arrested, if the people in the car and the suspected shooter knew each other, and also what led up to this. We're going to keep you updated throughout the morning. Reporting live in Durham, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
This morning, students and faculty at Ravenscroft School will mourn the loss of a teacher. Zoe Welsh was murdered inside her Raleigh home on Saturday. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is outside the Wake County Courthouse, where the suspect is due in court today. Kelsey, there will be grief counselors at Ravenscroft today.
Yes, Renee, students, faculty, and staff will be grappling with their grief this morning as they return to campus today. And we're just hours away from that suspect appearing in court here a little bit later. Beloved Ravenscroft science teacher Zoe Welsh was killed Saturday in her home. WRAL was on the scene as officers investigated. Ryan Camacho, the man accused of breaking into Welsh's home and murdering her, has a long criminal history. Court records show he's been arrested more than 20 times. The court dismissed breaking and entering charges against Camacho in a separate case last month after a mental competency exam. Prosecutors asked to have Camacho involuntarily committed, but that request was denied by a judge. This information all according to District Attorney Lauren Freeman. We shared that news with Welsh's longtime friend, Lisa Ginger.
He shouldn't have been out there. It's like, I remember growing up in the world of three strikes, you're out. And this is not that.
So we'll be sure to have a crew here while Camacho makes his first appearance in court, and grief counselors will be available on campus for students and staff today. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
This morning, President Trump is back in Washington. He says the U.S. is now in charge of Venezuela after a military operation ousted President Nicolas Maduro. Today, Maduro and his wife are set to appear in a New York City courtroom. Both are charged in the U.S. with narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, and weapons offenses. President Trump says acting Venezuelan President Delcy Rodriguez is cooperating, but she's been threatened with the same fate as Maduro if that changes. Trump also says the U.S. will take back American oil facilities that Venezuela nationalized. The UN Security Council is holding an emergency meeting today to discuss whether any international laws were broken. President Trump's military operation in Venezuela caused a mess for travelers nationwide. Hundreds of flights headed to and from the Caribbean were canceled after the FAA shut down the airspace in that region. The airspace reopened Sunday morning. Even with flights back up and running, travelers say airlines are having to play catch up. One family of 5 says they're stuck in the Caribbean after their flight home to Philly yesterday got canceled. The earliest flight they could find now is for Friday.
The 5 of us are together. We're safe. We are currently in a location. It's beautiful. Those things are all wonderful. We just really want to get home before Friday.
Several major airlines are working to add flights. American Airlines added nearly 5,000 additional seats to and from the region on top of resuming its scheduled service. Coming up in 30 minutes, we will hear reaction from lawmakers as the president is expected to brief select members of Congress on the operation. Follow the latest on the situation in Venezuela and Nicolas Maduro's appearance on our website, WRAL.com, the WRAL News app, and on WRAL News Plus. Also, be sure to tune in to WRAL on the air. We'll have updates throughout the day in our new newscast and during our evening newscast starting at 4 p.m. Be prepared to see some construction going on if you're headed to RDU. This is a live look at the airport right now. Today, crews are starting work on the Terminal 2 expansion project. This is part of a $2.5 billion improvement program they're calling Transform RDU. The runway will be extended and moved farther away from the terminal. The airport says this will allow for more expansions in the future. Joe Milazzo is the executive director or the Regional Transportation Alliance. He says the project will not be finished until 2032, but you'll start to see some changes sooner.
You're going to start having bridges that'll make it easy to go from Terminal 1 into the airport or Terminal 2. You're no longer going to be competing in the same traffic flows. That's going to be great. The airport's going to be longer, or the airport runway, I should say, is going to be longer.
The airport says these changes will allow for a larger ticketing area, an upgraded baggage claim system, expanded international arrival space, additional checkpoint lanes, and an overall better passenger experience. Today, new restrictions for visitors at UNC Health take effect as flu cases rise. Access is now being restricted for anyone under 12 years of age. It applies to all UNC hospitals, including UNC Rex in Raleigh. Duke Health has similar restrictions that start tomorrow. Wake Med and Cape Fear Valley Health already have restrictions in place. Today, the suspect in the 2022 mass shooting in Raleigh's Hedingham community will be back in court. The hearing in Austin Thompson's case comes less than a month before his trial is scheduled to begin. Today is the deadline to file motions in the case. Thompson was 15 when investigators say he shot and killed 5 people, including his brother and an off-duty Raleigh police officer. Thompson is charged with multiple counts of first-degree murder. He will not face the death penalty if he's convicted. Federal law prohibits capital punishment for anyone who is under 18 at the time of their crimes. The Carolina Panthers are going to the playoffs. They clinched the AFC South when the Atlanta Falcons beat the New Orleans Saints yesterday. The Panthers will host the LA Rams in a wild card round game. It's a rematch from November when the Panthers upset the Rams at Bank of America Stadium. Their matchup will be at 4:30 on Saturday. You can watch it on Fox 50. In other NFC playoff games, the Packers will play the Bears Saturday night, and the 49ers will play the Eagles on Sunday on Fox 50. The Seahawks have a first-round bye. In the AFC playoffs, the Bills will play the Jaguars on Sunday afternoon. Sunday night on WRAL, the Patriots will host the Chargers. And next Monday night, the Texans will play the Steelers. The Broncos have a first-round bye. Today, a statewide ban on cell phones in public schools will get its first test as students head back to school today. The law went into effect on New Year's Day. Lawmakers on both sides of the political aisle support this law. School districts statewide are now required to implement policies that ban social media access and cell phones. Many, but not all, school districts already had policies banning or limiting phones. State lawmakers did not think that was far enough. Several districts re-examined their policies before the law took effect, including Wake and Durham schools. To find out more about cell phone policies in your child's district, head to the education section of WRAL.com. Soggy New Year, a natural phenomenon, is bringing flash flooding and major damage to parts of California. What's driving it and what comes next? Plus, cold triggers. Winter weather can do more than chill the air. It can affect your health in unexpected ways. What experts say migraine sufferers should know before heading out. Here's a live look at Fenton in Cary. They still have the Christmas tree up. Near freezing this morning and then near 70 later this week. Meteorologist Chris Michaels explains what's behind the temperature swing and when we go back to reality.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:45. I love it. The Franklinton still has all their holiday lights out, looking so beautiful out there. And we're actually not going to feel so much like the holidays over the next several days, but this morning it's still cold out there. 34 in Durham and in Holly Springs. It's 28 in Roxborough, 34 in Garner and Rocky Mount, 35 in Goldsboro. We have plenty of places where temperatures are in the upper 20s to low 30s, so you might run into a little bit of patchy frost. It's still going to be comfortable to have a pretty heavy coat on with those temperatures near freezing. We do start to climb up to 40 degrees by 10 a.m. and it'll be a comfortable afternoon, similar to yesterday with lots of sunshine and highs in the mid-50s. But after that, we have a big warm-up coming our way. I'll show you why and how long it lasts coming up.
Elizabeth, thank you. Fayetteville police say two brothers were killed in a shooting at a restaurant over the weekend. The shooting happened just before 7 Saturday night at Mac's Speed Shop on North McPherson Church Road. Police identified the victims as 43-year-old Timothy Nakamoto and 45-year-old Daniel Nakamoto. According to police, an argument escalated into a fight inside the restaurant, leading to the shooting. There's no word of any arrests. The Highway Patrol identified a man who died in a crash in Harnett County. Troopers say the car ran through a stop sign on Nursery Road and Overhills Road around 2:15 in the morning Saturday. It went off the road and hit a sign. The car then hit a tree and caught fire. 22-year-old Tristan Pippins of Texas died. Troopers say speed was a factor. A new micro-transit system becomes active today in Fuquay-Varina. Micro-transit systems give on-demand rides to people within a designated area. The service will run every day except Sunday. It'll be free for the first month. Some service spots include Wake Tech, Downtown, and Rex Holly Springs Hospital. The town of Holly Springs will also launch a micro-transit service today. It's called the Holly Springs Hopper. It will offer door-to-door rides anywhere within the service area up to 7 miles. A launch ceremony is planned for 9 a.m. So far, 2026 has been historic for parts of California, but not in a good way. John Lawrence reports record-setting king tides hit sections of the state, causing flash flooding and significant damage.
Most of our stuff is just getting taken out by the current.
So far, it's been a soggy new year for many in the Golden State, where some streets have transformed into makeshift rivers.
This area is flooded frequently, but I've never seen it this bad. And I think it looks like people were pretty unprepared.
Severe storms struck across California over the past few days. Certain counties saw more than 4 inches of rain over a 48-hour period.
As I tried to pass through this bigger part of the flood, I'm in a Mini Cooper and it just was a little too low. So here I sit.
On Sunday afternoon, half the streets in the Bay Area's Larkspur Marina neighborhood were underwater after the overflowing of the Corte Madera Creek.
We're trying to keep as dry as possible. You know, every sump pump, every sandbag. But this is just kind of normal for this area. But it's just this is really much worse than we've ever seen.
King tides are the highest predicted tides of the year for a coastal location, and officials say these are the largest ones the region has seen since 1998.
They happen this time of year, but when in combination with storms like we've seen the last few days, it can really wreak havoc. You see a lot of flooding in a lot of low-lying areas, plus you'll see higher levels in our creeks. So we're really letting people know they need to be ready.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The precipitation in Southern California is expected to ease by Tuesday morning. Rain and high elevation snow will increase Tuesday afternoon and night across the Pacific Northwest, according to the National Weather Service. As the colder weather sets in, it can impact our bodies in more ways than we think. Cleveland Clinic says extreme cold temperatures this time of year can bring on a migraine for some people. For those sensitive to the cold, staying inside on frigid days can help. If you do need to go outside, make sure to bundle up, cover your head and neck. Also, it's important to have your migraine medications on hand in case you start getting symptoms. And while we can't control the weather, there are other things migraine sufferers can control.
Sleep, exercise are very important, reducing stress, managing any psychiatric comorbidities like anxiety or depression, it's also very important.
If migraines continue to be a problem and affect your daily life, it is time to talk to your doctor. They can help you find the right treatment to manage your symptoms. It is 4:50 and it is a cold start for us, but the weather roller coaster continues even in through January, Elizabeth.
It really does. We really, any month of the year, even all through the winter, we can see warm temperatures. And that's where we're headed. An average January, you might be surprised by, we'll see an average of 7 to 8 days with high temperatures in the 60s. So it's not unusual for us to see that. It is a little more unusual to see the kind of snow that parts of California are seeing. We typically see 1 to 2 days in January with some measurable snow, but you know how that's been lately. It just hasn't been a whole lot. We don't have any snow in the forecast. Sometimes the models will throw out the chance of snow maybe 7 to 10 days out. We don't even have that right now, so we'll see how that goes. Doesn't mean that it won't snow in January, maybe later in the month, but there's no sign of it anytime soon. Unless you look here at Cary, it looks beautiful. They've got the skating rink up, and it's there until February, so plenty of time to get out and enjoy some winter fun before it starts to turn a lot warmer. It's a chilly start this morning, 34 in the Triangle. Temperatures will be near freezing this morning for most of us, and then temperatures begin to warm up nicely. Some upper 20s near the Virginia lines, 28 in Roxborough, 27 in South Hill, 32 in Southern Pines, 31 in Goldsboro. Elsewhere, temperatures are just a little bit above freezing. As we head through the afternoon, not bad. Similar to yesterday, mid-50s in Raleigh and Durham, 61 in Fayetteville, mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky. So a pretty day. It was a really nice day to get out. Yesterday, I got a chance to do a nice hike in Umstead with some friends. Lots of people out there enjoying the pretty weather. That will continue. The warm front is to our north. So this is the warm sector. This is where all the warm air is. It will continue to hang out in our area. We climb up to 69 by Wednesday, and then it just stays. The next front comes through and helps to push even more warm air in. So our temperatures could climb into the 70s by the time we get to Friday. Look at this. 69 Wednesday, 71 Friday, 72 Saturday. So it looks like it's going to be a nice weekend to get out and about. And when we take a look at our temperatures this week, of course, you can see how much of the country will be above average. And again, it looks like it's going to last for quite some time. We do have a small chance for some showers on Saturday. We'll talk about that next weather maker coming up in a few minutes. Renee?
Thanks, Elizabeth. After the holidays, those Christmas trees may be gone, but their story isn't over. How one coastal town is giving them a surprising second life.